Okay, girls, so today I brought you all in because we're going to talk about friendships. And while we're eating lunch, I'm going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I'm putting my peanut butter on.
You don't have any bread.
You're right, I don't have any bread. So I'm missing the bread. Why do you think that I'm missing the bread?
Didn't buy any. I mean.
No, it's not because I didn't buy any. Why am I missing the bread?
Something to do with friendship.
It is something to do with friendship. What do you think, Lucilena? To have a good friendship, do you have to have all of the parts?
Yes.
Yes. So if I don't have all of the parts of my peanut butter and jelly sandwich,
It won't make a peanut butter and jelly.
it's not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right?
It's a peanut butter and jelly blob.
Yeah, that's all that it is. You are right. So, I want you to think of, that's kind of like a recipe, right? You got your bread and then the jelly and the peanut butter, and if it's all together, you'd have a really good relationship, right? You know how people, if you're really close to somebody, they'll always say that you're like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. One of you's the PB and then one of you's the jelly. So if you don't have any bread, then you can't make that. So on your card, these are going to be like recipe cards, and on the front of your card, I want you to write down some ingredients that you think make a good friendship. So write a couple down on there. Just put down like 5. Alright, somebody share one for me. What'd you put?
I put like tell the truth, like to be
Honest.
honest. Yeah,
Honest,
that's the
good.
word I was looking for.
Good, that's a great one. Molly, what'd you put?
Caring.
Caring, very good. Lucilena?
To keep secrets.
Keep secrets, I like it. Cassidy?
Loyalty.
Loyalty, I like it. Those are all really great responses. So on the back of the card, I want you to write down the 5 qualities that you think you have that make you a good friend. You have some good qualities. Yes, you do. Write down some that you think that you have.
Yes, you do. I can trust you.
So trustworthy.
I don't know. I'm not very trustworthy. Loyal.
You're always there. You're right by their side. If they need help, if they need advice, you're always there.
That's what you are for the weekend.
Thanks.
I'm loyal. I'm not a very good friend.
So as you're writing these things down that you think describe you, I want you to think about a time where maybe you did these characteristics really well, or a time that you didn't do those characteristics well. And then we're going to share them.
Okay. Just write down. That's a lot.
You don't have to write down the stories. You're just thinking about the stories. So you just write down the characteristics that you think you have. Is anybody ready to share a story? Tell me one of the characteristics that you wrote.
Loyal.
Loyal. Do you have a good story or a bad story to it? Okay.
You said loyal is about like always being there for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my friend Addison and her mom and her stepdad were in a car wreck, and her mom was in the hospital in Little Rock for a couple of weeks. She was not responsive soon. Her stepdad passed away. And so she stayed with us most of the time, and we kind of like took her in, and she stayed, instead of having to stay at her real dad's all the time, she stayed with us, because you know, when you have a mom and a dad, you don't want to stay at your real dad's all the times, because you're used to going back and forth. So she'd go to church with us and go places with us, and
Good. That's a great example. How did you feel around that time? What were your feelings that were going on? Because I know that a lot goes on when somebody passes away, and having somebody your own age that starts living with you for a while can be kind of hard too. So what were you feeling around that time?
Well, I mean, me and Addison never really had problems with each other around that time because I tried to be as kind as possible because I know that she was still kind of getting over all of that, but it got kind of crazy having an extra kid because my mom has 4 kids anyways. My mom having one more kid drives her insane.
So what were,
it was just,
what are some words that were like this describe how you felt though?
I was upset. I mean, just because of the whole thing, but I was not excited. I mean, I was happy that Addison was going to get to stay with us and go places with us more than she normally would, but it was kind of, I wasn't happy, but all at the same time, it was okay. I guess her staying with me and me staying with her made it a lot better situation than it could have been if we didn't have each other.
Right. So listening to your story, what I heard you say is that it was hard for you because you had somebody move in with you, but you were also really excited because she was your friend. Good. Molly, which one did you put?
Caring.
Caring. You have a story about how you were caring or how maybe you weren't that caring or?
When I was caring.
When you were caring? Okay, let's hear it.
Like whenever somebody comes into the class and they don't have their stuff, and so they're asking everybody if they have a pencil, and you stand up for that person and say, "Here's a pencil," and you're caring for the person to give them a pencil to borrow.
Yeah, you're really good at that. I've noticed that in class. You are good at that, sharing. Good example. Good example. Cassidy, what about you?
Caring, because and a lot of times I always feel like when somebody's talking about somebody, I feel embarrassed for that person because if they found out, they'd be embarrassed. And like, you got to care about somebody's feelings. Like, one time somebody was talking about one of my friends, and I stood up for him, and I told him to stop.
Good. I'm glad that you stood up for him because it takes a lot to stand up for somebody. How'd you feel about yourself when you did that? Were you proud of yourself?
I was proud of myself, but then they said something back about me, and it just kind of put me down.
Yeah.
And the person that said it was supposed to be my friend and my friend's friend.
Yep, that's hard when you're taking up for somebody and taking a stand, and then others take their anger back out on you, right?
Another one too.
You have another story? Well, go ahead. Let's share it.
About caring, it's about loyalty.
About
It's
loyalty?
about something that happened to me. One time I had a friend, and she had a friend that was going through something, but the person blocked me out the entire time, and I didn't have any friends.
So
They were caring about their friend, but it's kind of like, I thought we were supposed to be friends. You can still talk to me, and you can still be my friend even though.
So what I just heard you say is that when your friend had a friend who was going through something, they focused all their attention on that friend, and you felt like you were left out.
I was glad that she was doing that for the person, because I hope she did that for me, but all at the same time, it was like,
Well, you didn't want her to forget about you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're still her friend. That's a great example of loyalty. Good job. What about you, Lucilina? What's a good characteristic that you have?
Well, when somebody's talking bad about someone, like you tell them to stop or something, and then, like, when somebody, like, you're friends and that one person doesn't have a friend and you go over there and you, like, want to be friends with them, they don't want to, like, hang out with you.
All right, so on our recipe card, I want us all to write down a goal that we're going to set for ourselves to achieve in regards to friendship. Some kind of goal that you want to set. Whether it's to become more loyal, or it's to always be honest with our friends, or to be caring, whatever it is. You'll all have really great examples of characteristics of a friend. You want to share your goal?
To be loyal and more trustworthy, because I'm not very good at keeping secrets, and I want my friends to feel like they can trust me with stuff they tell me.
That's great. That's really good. Good job, Cassie. What about you, Kinley?
I mean, who doesn't need to be more of anything other than what we say? Because girls are mean to each other, and but probably need to care more about what other people, not what other people say about me, but of what other people are telling me, and you know what I mean.
Right.
Be a more caring person. I mean,
Gotcha.
not that I'm not, but most of the time, but I just need to be more of that.
Right.
Yes.
So you're saying that you are caring, but you want to try to be more caring when you hear others talking about other people.
Right.
Right. Good. What about you, Mom?
To be more
Loyal.
loyal.
That's a hard word to say, isn't it? More loyal. More loyal. Good job.
To stand up for a friend whenever you hear that somebody's talking bad about your friend.
Right, because you would want them to stand up for you in that situation, right? Good job. Lucelina?
To be an honest person with your friend, to be honest with them, not being mean to them or something.
Good. All right, so I'm going to close up our session today, and in closing, I want us all to tell me one thing that you learned by doing this. Who wants to go first? Okay.
I learned that to be a friend, you have to be all these things. I know we have to work on stuff, but we have to be all these things. We have to be trustworthy, because it's not really a friendship if you don't have that.
Good, that's right, because in our beginning piece, if we didn't have trust, that could be like our bread, right? Would our friendship work? No. Good. What about you, Kinley?
You have to be a friend to have, I have a friend. If you're not a friend, then nobody's going to be friends with you.
Good.
If I'm mean to Molly, he's not going to want to be friends with me.
Nope. You're right. Good job. Molly?
That friendship is really important in your life, because if you didn't have friends, you wouldn't have a friendship, or if you weren't nice to somebody, you wouldn't have like a true friendship.
Good. That's a great answer.
And you
What
have to
about
tell
you?
everything to your mom. Sometimes you don't want to talk about boys with your mom.
That's right. You got to have a girlfriend in your life.
To be a good friend.
Good. Good job, girls. Miss Edwards, this is a consent form saying that it's okay for your daughter to participate in my educational counseling sessions.
Okay.